IT だから忙しくなってきたんじゃないかな。そうだね。
May I have attention, please? May I have attention, please? Now, we'd like to start the semi-final round of All Japan Debate Tournament. It's my great pleasure to chair this debating match between KESS-D on the affirmative and Rosha on the negative side. Firstly, I'd like to introduce today's honorable judges. Firstly, Mr. Shingo Yamashita, he is from Osaka University. Then, Ms. Manaka Maekawa, she is from Osaka University. Then, Mr. Shusuke Goto is from Waseda English Speaking Society. Then, Mr. Hiroya Muranaga is from University of Tokyo. Lastly, Mr. Yusuke Sujimoto is from Osaka Metropolitan University. Then, two debaters, Mr. Yusaku Nibu and Ms. Yui Nawaku from KESS-D team on the affirmative side. Then, Mr. Kaishu Sugiura and Ryo Okara from Dosha University on the negative. Both sides, do you have any question about judging process? Then both sides are ready. Chairperson will tell the first affirmative contract within 8 minutes.
今エビデンスを送ったので開いていただければ助かります。I show my roadmap. Observation, advantage, affirmation, underview. Observation, advantage, affirmation, underview. In this order. May I?
ごめん、ちょっと待ってください。はい。開きました。大丈夫です。
エビデンス読めたらうなずくとかしていただければ助かります。May I start? Observation answer for right and duty. 1. Under status quo, voting is written in Constitution as right. To prove this point, please look at the affirmative evidence number 1, underlined sentences. Evidence number 1, underlined sentences. Please stop checking. 2. The right means things should be free for each individual. To prove this point, please look at the affirmative evidence number 2, underlined sentences. Please stop checking. 3. On the other hand, the duty means things for our nation's life and other individuals. To prove this point, please look at the affirmative evidence number 3, underlined sentences. Please stop checking. 4. We claim voting are not only for individuals but also for nations down below. Based upon Constitution 1. The Constitution is a fundamental principle which shows the direction of the government and nations, and various rights of nations are written. 2. However, a nation cannot enjoy right freely because in order to protect nation's right, some system is necessary. 3. There are 3 important elements to make the system function well. Element A, securing national resources such as human or money. Element B, deciding how to use these resources. Element C, maintaining the resources. 4. In order to meet these three elements, government require a nation to make efforts as a duty because the range of government power is limited. Therefore, the Constitution writes not only rights but also duties. 5. Cross applies third card. We explained how status quo's duty can meet these three elements to make the system down below. 6. By duty of tax payment and duty of working, we can meet element A because we get financial resources and working population. 7. Moreover, we can meet element C by duty of educating children. That because through education, by teaching various things such as society and history and economics, we can teach importance of making the system and maintaining resources. 8. Therefore, I should decision to, if you think voting is necessary to decide how to use these resources, please vote for affirmative. CISA point plan. Shall write voting in national elections as duty in Constitution. Shall write voting in national elections as duty in Constitution. Then go to AD. On this flow, we show the justification of writing concept of compulsory voting in the Constitution. 1. Japan is a democratic country where the people have the sovereignty to decide nation's direction. 2. However, since it is difficult to directly reflect the will of all Japanese citizens in politics, their will is reflected indirectly through representatives. 3. Therefore, conclusion, voting should be duty because it is necessary to decide how to use national resources because the election is a place where politicians and nations can think about the nation's decision, nation's direction, considering the use of nation's resources. Then go to affirmation. On this flow, we proved by introducing concept of compulsory voting, some actual solvency can be captured. ASA point observation 1. Through election, we decide a policy that can maximize nation's happiness. 2. However, initially, it is important to reflect all people's opinions. That because today people's value has diversified and the criteria of feeling merit and demerit is also different. 3. At that time, in order to achieve first card, collecting many voices from nations is important because without it, policy will become for one part of the nations and we cannot realize greatest happiness by the greatest number. 4. Therefore, the government should take a stance to invite a large number of citizens to the election and create the foundation for more democratic states. Visa point nation 1. Voting rate in Japan has remained at about only 50%. To prove this point, please look at evidence number 4, underlined sentences. Evidence 4, underlined sentences. Please stop checking. 2. Moreover, under status quo, there were some rational people who don't go to vote because they know that the influence of one vote is small. To prove this point, please look at the evidence number 5, underlined sentences. Please stop checking. 3. After plan, the action of changing constitution will tell the importance of voting to the public and raise awareness as a member of the nation. 4. As a result, more people will come to vote. CISA point politicians. 1. Changing the constitution creates the responsibility for the government to obey. 2. That because cross-apply observation, visa point, government imposes duty on nations in order to give the right effectively. 3. At that time, in order to fulfill governmental role to ensure rights for nations, government also make efforts to make better environment where nations can accomplish duties well. 4. Therefore, after plan, politicians will make more effort to set the better environment for going to vote For example, improving political education, or introducing online voting, or increasing voting rate. Then go to underview. Answer point offset 1. Actually, so far, Japan's constitution has never been changed. To prove this point, please look at the evidence number 6, underlined sentences. Please stop checking. 2. The action of changing the constitution now would give us a chance to re-evaluate whether the constitution is suitable once again. 3. Therefore, in offset situation, please vote for the affirmative because Japan can think about better constitution. Whether or not it will be changed or not is not necessary, but re-evaluate is important. That's all.
This examination time for the negative.
Yes.
First of all, I just confirm your plan. Your plan is write down the duty in the constitution, right?
Yes.
This is your plan, okay. And how can you prove the topicality?
Because it's become duty, you can say it's introducing compulsory voting.
Do you know the meaning of compulsory?
Yes, yes.
Could you explain what's your interpretation?
Or makes it as duty.
Yeah, makes it as duty. Why the constitution, just written in the constitution means like the compulsory voting?
Because in the rule, in the principle, as I said in the visa point first code, it will be written.
It will be written. Yeah, maybe the obligation or like the compulsory has the different meaning, we think. And
You think so, but I don't think so.
So, okay, thank you. Then go to affirmation argument. Maybe you should like the actual impact or something. And why this is so important? Like, if the policy is needed for making good foundation, just taking the such policy is enough, right? Why we have to change the constitution and why we have to make the
Sorry, affirmation?
Yes, yes, yes. Maybe
Because as for the nations, now maybe we said in the second card, visa point second card. Sorry, visa point third card, the action of changing constitution will tell the importance of voting.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
then, as for the visa point politicians, also the governmental role is to ensure the right for nations. Hence, in order to achieve such situation.
Okay, okay. And then, what is the difference between advantage and affirmation?
Advantage is initially in the concept level, it should be written as duty. Hence, we should take the affirmative plan and should write it on the constitution.
Okay, okay. Yeah, if the concept level, we can say this is desirable, all kind of things should be written in duty. This is your assumption.
What is all kind of things?
I'm not sure what is all kind of, but if the desirable situation for the country should be written in the as a duty, any kind of such action should be written in constitution. This is your assumption, right?
If it should be duty,
Okay.
it can be written in the constitution.
And how can you know which? Sorry. So could you explain the observations ace of point argument, which is like, how do you get national resources after?
Affirmative observation.
Yes, yes.
National resources.
Maybe you should say national resources.
Postcard. We claim voting are not only for individual but also for the nation.
Yeah.
And then,
Thank you. And then maybe like the and the affirmation, the ace of point argument. You say like after people will think about the policy, like the election is one of the good things or something.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Why we have to like making one value to such people?
Making one value. Because it, as I said in the SF second card, it is impossible to reflect all people's opinions. Hence, by collecting the, thank you.
Question time for negative.